Hey guys, this is John, and I'm playing Dada is W. Oh, I can't even pronounce. Dada is M wins in the 5 minute pool on ICC. Dada is M wins. Okay, let's play the Berlin again. Plays Queen E2. I think I just played Bishop C5 against that line. Yeah, because him winning a pawn is always dangerous, or dangerous in the sense that I can equalize pretty easily if he does that. With bishop takes c6, d takes c6, knight takes e5, queen d4. So that's not really a good option for him. He'll probably play knight bd2 here, either that or castle. I might go knight e7 and bring it over to g6. I like to do that in this variation. Kind of leaves his bishop hanging around doing nothing on b5. So if knight g3, I can play like c6 now, would be fine. Plays bishop g5, interesting. What are you trying to provoke with that move? I don't know. I guess he's trying to provoke h6. Well, he's going to get me to play it. I guess he's going to go back to e3 is his point. But h6 is not a bad move. It's kind of a useful move for me. I think I like just take. He takes with the pawn. Okay, I can play d5 now. Yeah, advance in the center. So I'm liking my position a lot now. Take with the knight or with the pawn? It's a close call. I'm going to take with the knight. It's a little more dynamic. So if he moves this knight, I can play queen b6 is what I'm thinking. And it might make it difficult for him to castle. I'm very tempted to play knight f4 now. Even though I know it's probably not that good. Very tempted. e4 is also probably a good move. Yeah, let's play e4. Doing some stuff that might not be strictly necessary, but just seems like pretty easy for me to play and also good. Here he can play e5 though. e5, and if I go to g4, maybe he can play e6. As played, I think I'll be able to win the pawn. Well, he can play bishop c2. Declines to do that. Well, let's take. So my pawn structure is superior now. I can't remember a Roy Lopez game I've seen where white manages to castle queenside. That hardly ever happens. Okay, here I have knight f2, but he has queen takes g6, if that happens. Devious. I could play knight c5. Let's go knight c5. Then if he were to take on g6, knight takes b3 is just winning. Therefore, he plays that move. Okay.
Check.
Let's just take and go bishop e6. Nice and easy. Not really going to look to attack e3 for now. I'm just trying to get my pieces centralized. Depending upon what he does to deal with the bishop takes b3 threat, I might play a5, a4 is what I'm thinking. Let's start with a5. a5 looks like a good idea. Then I don't have to worry about queen takes a7 as well. He wants an endgame. He says, trade with me. Yeah, I don't know if I want that, though. Queen f6. Queen f6 is kind of artificial, isn't it? That might be okay. Let's do it. You can play rook f1. I'd probably go rook f d8 in that case. Seeing if I can line him up with a bishop takes b3 shot, but that's unlikely to be a good move for me. Like now, if I were to play it, he can take with his knight. It's fine. So rook f d8. It's too bad. His queen is undefended. I just can't figure out a way to exploit that. Queen f2. He has rook d2. That's nothing. Okay, let's just go rook f d8. See where he puts his queen. I could go queen f2, rook d2, take on e3. That's possible. Also, what about rook d5 now? What's up with that move? It's queen b6. This is getting a little more complex now. You know, I think I'm going to go for this check. And then try to take the pawn on e3. But I am worried he can just grab on b7. If he does that, I'll double up my rooks, more than likely. Just rook a d8. No, plays rook e2. Okay. Let's go queen f4. So if he takes b7, now I have rook b8 available. That looks very interesting. So he takes on e6 instead. Yeah, we'll take advantage of rook b8. I want to target this pawn. So maybe I can swing my rook over to b5 next? Yeah. He does have queen takes e6. So a lot of my pawns are dropping off now. What's up with this position? Huh. Okay, I'll go queen g5. He can take and then play rook f5, though. Didn't see that initially.
Check.
Yeah, rook f5 is a good reply. Well, I have a worse position. I'm down 2 pawns, and his king is pretty safe, and I'm down on the clock, so it's desperation mode. Knight f5, just like that. Ooh, do I have knight f4? I think I do. No, but he can go queen e4. Annoying. That's very annoying. Knight f4, queen e4. Does that really work for him? I guess so. Okay, I'll just go queen f5, or queen g5. Because then if I would have gone knight f4 and take on e2, he could do a discovery on my rook, is the point. Yeah, his knight's really good on that square. Yeah, he just guards. Here I'm threatening queen takes d4, but pretty sure he'll see that. Maybe I can go a4. Cause a little bit of trouble. Well, just blunders that. I probably should have taken on b3 first, actually. Thanks for the pawn, I guess. I'm still way behind on the clock. Wow.
Check.
I'm surprised the way he's playing this. Pretty surprised. I mean, honestly, I no longer think I'm worse.
Time warning.
96. Let's go here. Okay, trick time. I'm threatening knight e3. Will he see it? He does. Oh boy.
Check.
This is going to get wild any second now.
Check.
Let's guard the back rank. Okay. Well, I got the flag in the win, but yeah, not a pretty game after a promising opening. So the opening went extremely well for me, I think. We'll have a look at it, but I think this Queen E2 move is pretty innocuous against the Berlin. People don't really seem to put too much stock in it. It's probably a better option against like closed Roy Lopez setups. So the Berlin, not so sure. So we did this knight maneuver, like me bringing my knight over to g6. I don't really understand the point of bishop g5. Provoking me into playing h6 soon, but then dropping the bishop back to e3, because, I mean, h6 is a good move. I like the fact that I played h6. Covers g5, makes luft for my king. So, you know, I have no cognitive dissonance about playing that move. So take, and now d5. I will be curious what the engine says round about here, like which way to capture. I think there's merits to both captures, c takes and knight takes. If c takes, let's say he moves his knight somewhere, like knight g3. Oops, didn't mean to move that board, sorry. So, yeah, if like, if knight g3 in this position, I was thinking about playing e4, but computer thinks h5 is a good idea. h5, h4 chases knight away. It's interesting. I mean, I like knight takes d5. I think the activity that I get from playing this move is worth it. Bishop b3 is a good reply from the looks of it. And e4. e4 might have been too aggressive. Yeah, queen b6 makes sense. Just eye the pawn on e3. You know, a developing move I'm sure is good here. Bishop e6. Probably queen b6 is the way to go. Try to make it tough for him to move this knight without losing the e3 pawn, or saying, you know, you can take on d5, but then I'll have bishop and knight and a strong pawn center, and he's still behind in development a little bit. But instead I did this, take knight f6, knight g3, queen here. I thought he should play bishop c2 and hold the pawn. I kind of just assumed I would have good play against these double isolated pawns, but that might not be the case. He might be doing, you know, just fine in this position. So queen e7, he castled, and I took on e4. This got kind of weird. So his point is that if I go knight f2, looks like a great move at first, triple fork. He has this reply, queen takes g6, thanks to the bishop pinning my f7 pawn. So I have to watch out for that. Because if this were a bullet game, it'd be so easy to play knight f2 and then just lose. So I'm glad I avoided that. So knight c5, he goes queen d4.
Check.
I took... Yeah, I thought my position was pretty good round about here. a5 probably didn't get me much. Yeah, rook f d8 as the engine advocates is probably just better. Yeah, this is completely fine. Completely fine for me. He correctly went for an endgame. Both of us started
Check.
playing really shaky, I'd say from about here on forward.
Check.
So I can take on e3, huh? Queen g5 or queen f4. One of those two moves. Why did I go queen f4? I liked queen f4 instead of queen g5 because I thought with queen f4, if he ever takes on b7, I have rook b8 with tempo. That's why I did that. But I see now he can just play rook f1 with tempo whenever he wants because of my queen being on the f-file, so probably g5 was preferred. And here I should just double up. Uh-huh. And then there might be rook d2 ideas. So just doubling up the rooks would have been a better option. Yeah, the wheels started falling off for me a little bit.
Check.
Yeah, now I'm down 2 pawns, and I was down on time as well. I thought he was doing fine until... Oh, is knight f4 playable? I didn't play this move because of this, I thought. Huh. Oh, wow. Rook e5. Yeah, I was just only looking at this and then
Check.
knight d6, discovered attack on my rook. And I thought this was losing for me. But, wow, rook e5. That would have been a heck of a shot. That's a cool move. And the point is that if he takes, I have queen d3.
Check.
Forcing king c1 and then
Check.
take, and he has to give up his queen to avert mate. Winning for black. That's a sweet combination. That would make a good little exercise. Tactical exercise. Should black play knight f4 in this position? Why or why not? Yeah. It's not a very long combination, but here, and then rook e5. Yeah, I guess technically he doesn't have to play queen here, does he? He can play this move too. And try to trade on a different square where he'd be hitting the rook. But if I play queen g5 in reply, it's very unclear because both his pieces are hanging. Interesting. So missed opportunity there. He must not have seen my rook or something because he pinned my knight on g6 to my king, and then he started moving his h-pawn. And then inexplicably played h5. I think he just missed that I could take his pawn. And he's still a lot better here, but now we're in all-out time scramble mode. Yeah, it's kind of ridiculous to analyze this because I'm sure the eval is going to be like going back and forth, mainly in white's favor, but I played some tricky moves, I gotta say, like knight g4, trying to come into e3, and he avoided taking my rook, which would lose his queen.
Check.
And I got the lucky flag.
Check.
Did I have mate somewhere at the end? Wouldn't doubt it.
Check.
Queen a1 was better. Yeah, and then I was
Check.
just faster down the stretch. Okay, Dada is M-wins. So with that, I am, 25 something? So bump my rating up just a little bit, 25-56. So hope you guys enjoyed that Blitz game, and I'll be back tomorrow with another one. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.